Good evening, everybody. Father O'Connor here. Tuesday evening. So, going to our 7th week of this wonderful lockdown. So, I'm just a little different today because I don't know how many of you got to see the great flyover we had this afternoon with the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds and then the U.S. Navy Blue Angels. I went to the roof of the Rectory of the Sisters. We were able to see them pass over Manhattan, and they saw them come over past by us. And it looked like they're going over Elmhurst Hospital, where a lot of the people were working there to save lives, and also where not people in our city have died. It was a really exciting time to see the flyover. I guess the little kid just came out of me. I was cheering, screaming when I first saw the planes and when it came back. And when I was up there, I was wearing my U.S. Air Force sweatshirt. So I'm proud of my service. We're going way back there. So I figured today, in light of today's flyover with those aircraft, I'm going to focus a little bit on my family history, and I'm going to show you a little something I have in my office. So this is a little framing I got together a couple of years ago, and it's my paternal grandfather, my dad, and me. So you see what I have here. It says 3 generations of O'Connors, 3 generations of service. So my grandfather, Mick, legally known as Patrick, but his real name is Michael, but Mick came up from Ireland, and then during World War II, he joined and served in the United States Navy. He served in the Pacific, and I believe he was on the battleship, the USS Missouri, during that time. And actually, while he was overseas, my dad was born. We have a picture of him having a cake on the ship celebrating the birth of my dad, who was born in August 1944. And in the second one here, that's my dad. Like myself, he was 17 years of age when he entered the United States Air Force. He did not graduate high school. He had a problem with high school, or problems high schools had problems with him. So he left and he finished high school when he was in the Air Force. And he served during the early 1960s to the mid-60s. He wasn't being on for about a whole 30 minutes. He told me a story one time. He was in the aircraft transporting things. And he said, I was there for 30 minutes. We landed, we dropped some stuff, I took off. No one shot at me, I didn't shoot at anybody. That was the end of his thing. And then over here, my lights messed up with it. So, no, my picture was not black and white. Some kids say, hey, Father, you're really old. Your picture's in black and white. I took my color photo and made it more like a black and white so it matched my dad's and my grandfather's, so it wouldn't stand out as much. So I, too, went into the Air Force at the age of 17, right after high school, and did 5+ years in there. And I would have stayed in if it was not for God's plans. So, because actually I had re-enlisted during the first Persian Gulf War, and I was planning on making a career. I was going to college all the time, part-time. So I was working towards my bachelor's degree. My plan was to get my bachelor's degree, then go to officer training school, and then become an officer, and then retire like after 20 years, maybe as a major or something like that. But, you want to make God laugh, you tell him your plans. So I try to resist God's plans quite a bit, but God is very persistent when he wants you, and God wouldn't leave me alone. So eventually I applied to seminary, was accepted, and I got permission to get out of the Air Force early, out of my enlistment, because at that time they were doing a big downsizing after the first Gulf War. So just being up on the roof today and seeing the Thunderbirds and Blue Angels fly by just get me very patriotic. So I just want to share that little piece of my information with you. I know today's video is a little earlier, but the sisters and I are going to watch a long movie tonight. Last week, I didn't tell you, we watched The Son of Bernadette, and tonight we're going to watch a great movie called Of Gods and Men. It's a French film, but French Trappists in Algiers who are martyred. So looking forward to that. So I hope you're doing well. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and I'll be back in church tomorrow. Okay? Good night. God bless. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.